Alrighty, boys. A lot of you guys have been asking where do I get my mud flaps? Guys, I build my own mud flaps. I'm sorry, this video should have been made a long time ago, but, you know. Here we go. So, that's my mud flap, and that's my tire. It's like straight on. And you boys know that, or you guys running these offset wheels, know that it's hard to get some mud flaps to add up. So how do you do it, right? Well, you just do it yourself, do your own calculation. So what does Paul do? Paul builds his own mud flaps. I'm gonna show you on paper here real quick. I'm gonna do my best on paper. Yes, this thing is filthy. There's my notepad. Get a clean page here. All right, so what I do is I go to the big semi store. Hold on a second. I don't have a tripod, whatever. So I buy me, let's just hypothetically say this is 24 by 30 inch, okay? You get yourself a big old mud flap from a semi store, like Kenworth. I buy my stuff from Kenworth, in these mud flaps. When you go to buy your mud flap, choose your material wisely, because that's what you have to do. Most likely they'll try to sell you a really rubberized one. This is very plasticky. If it was rubbery, I have no problem with that, but as you're going down the road, it's flapping way the heck up here. I'm not too fan of that. I like them to keep their form. It's still flexible. See what's going on here? It's fairly rigid, so it's like it's a synthetic or whatever you want to call it. It's a mixture of rubber and plastic. It's quite plasticky. So make sure that's very important. Because if you get, it's a matter of preference, of course, but you know, if you get the really soft rubber mats, you're not gonna be very happy with it. So what I do is I build me some mud flaps, 12 inches. So you get 2 mud flaps out of one sheet, right? So to make a long story short and try to help you all, you boys, I'm gonna try to show you how and where you need to measure. So here we go. Hang on tight. Hold on a second. So I'm gonna do you boys a little favor. I'm gonna get my free measuring tape that I got from Harbor Freight and show you roughly what the measurements are. Y'all gonna have to sit there and keep trying, but you see the issue there. Oh shoot, I don't know the time focusing. That's what she looks like on the back side, just to prove my fact. 12 inches, okay? Shoot, that light's really bright. So 12 inches, cool. 12 inches wide. As I showed you, I buy a 24 by 30. That's a standard mud flap from a big rig. And I build me a couple mud flaps. I mean, this is really simple, guys. Really simple stuff. You see what we did here? Wow. As we're, you know, testing them and applying them to this thing, we realized that's your best angle. So we just cut it. You literally could tell how it was cut. And just barely rounded off. This was probably done on a bench grinder. And this is probably with a utility knife. I asked him for the thinnest and plasticky mud flap they have, and that's what he brought out. He's like, I got a couple of these. I'm like, perfect. I'll make me 4 mud flaps out of them, and I was happy. So to help you with the calculation from a get-go, from the back side, if you could tell, that's 3 inches, the hole, right? So it's 3 inches from the back side, and roughly, let me show you. That's 9 inches. So you literally, this is how you would start out. 3 inches and 9 inches. So cutting this thing in half, okay? This is where you start out. You build the fundamentals of it, all these cutouts, and then you worry about all these edges and stuff. So simply you go 9 inches down, right? Shoot, my recording just sucks, but for you boys, just trying to help you. So you go 9 inches down. Right, you just draw a line, and then you go 3 inches, right? And you saw the way mine was shaped. So you more or less just give yourself that room. And then, I always start out with a V. That's what I do. So I come down here, and I see my 3 inches, right? This wheel's in the way, but you see that thing right there? So if you're gonna go 3 inches from the back, dude, guys, this is kindergarten stuff. You know, you look in there, it's roughly half an inch width of this sucker. Well, it's actually 2 3/4, and half an inch. So you literally come in here and do yourself a little V. So that should be 2.5, right? From this side. Keep in mind, this is 2 pieces. I'm trying to show you. Keep the outer edge for the outer, the factory outer edge, keep it nice and straight and clean. That's why I'm showing you what I did. You could do 3 inches and give yourself a V of this nature. Just literally cut out a V like this and then go apply it on your truck. See how it's going to stand and all the, or sit and all the shebang. But 3's enough, but you're going to come to realize it's 2.5 inches. If you run the -24 offset like I have, because I want this edge to be straight with my wheel. You guys following along? I do apologize for my recording, but this is how you start out. Build yourself a V, see how it sits, so you're clearing all the guts here. Well, I'm calling them guts, but there's a little bit of metal here. And then you fine tune it with the razor blade. Cool? And then you come out here and you see what you want to do. Like, I like it looking sharp, so I get one of those, snap it off, because I use a utility knife. Nice and sharp utility knife will cut through, and you just snap it off and call it a day. On the bottom, where do I get those? Guys, I don't even know what the store is called. It's called my best friend Google. I just go on Google and I search 12-inch chrome mud flap weights. These are gonna, I mean, they cost me about 50 bucks for 4 of these with shipping and everything out the door. It's literally big rig stuff. Again, it's from a big rig online chrome shop kind of deal. I mean, they are chrome when you clean them. So they'll come out with 4 posts. They're already tacked, welded and everything. The way mine looks so flush and all that shebang, looks like a bolt. It's not a bolt, it's an actual, was a thread. And then, well, my boys did. Well, these set, this particular set was built by my shop foreman. I was there with him, but originally I built the other charcoal truck one. But anyways, I was part of these as well. So you'll have these yay long posts in here. Come in here, tighten them up, don't forget your washer, nice and snug, and then come back with a grinder and just chop them off. That's all I did, guys. It's simple as that. This is a factory edge. What am I recording? This is a factory edge. This is my little rigged up edge. I didn't like the sharp leg. That's what initially what we had. I did not like the sharp leg, so I told him to go touch it on the bench grinder a little bit. I'm showing you all the imperfections. I mean, you could tell how I cut it with the utility knife. Oh, one of these was cut by me. Most of them were done by my shop guy. You can see that protruding out, right? That's all it is. You just use your imagination. So, a semi truck shop, 24 by 30 inch, okay? I cut a straight line down the middle and I snapped it in half. So that gives you 2 pieces. Muffler shop, or excuse me, chrome shop. They're called mud flap weights, chrome weights. And they'll have, make sure you have the post tack welded in there for you, so you don't have to worry about it. Simple as that. And you just, it's a lot of dunking around and messing around, but it gets the job done. It gets it done. Well, I guess since you can't go and buy these things for some odd reason, there's a local shop that gave me the idea. They sell similar ones, but they're a stock offset, so the mud flap's way in here. So what are you supposed to do with it? You got to chuck it because you look like an idiot. Your mud flap's way in here and your tire's sticking out here. So, and they're really expensive, man. I think the store's asking over $100 for just a set for the front and over $100 just for a set in the rear. And I'm telling you, these mud flaps are probably gonna run you 10 bucks a piece, 2 pieces, so that's 20. And then these are running you 50 bucks or 53 bucks to be exact, I think. That's coming to mind. So I'm $73 in my labor, which me and my guy did it one evening. Probably took us a couple hours. You know, you're gonna be over a couple $100 if you're just on stock setup and the guy's willing to you found a local shop that are willing to sell them to you. You'll be over a couple $100 in your mud flaps bought from a shop. But if you do them yourself, I don't know what your time's valued at, but in my situation I didn't have a whole lot of choices. So probably cost me 120, 130 with my guy's time paid or whatever. So yeah, that's it. I know it's all over the place, but this video clearly isn't for everyone. But the guy that's trying to build these on his own and wants to know where I got them from, there you go. Just shared it with you. God bless you. As always, y'all mighty fine day. Ciao, bye.